Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings Online Update 28 beta, the first build that is on Bullroarer, and I have had a crazy evening trying to get into the server and I finally have gotten into it. So I'll talk about that a little bit, but I just logged on my character. I did transfer some of my characters and I just logged on this one. Looks like I have to talk to somebody in Scarhold. And this is Bullroarer. So there are a lot of things that I can do in this, like just freely spend Mithril coins to go to the new area. I actually don't know what the LOTRO store. Preview. Okay, yeah. I think, hopefully that didn't take my actual LOTRO points, but you can like freely travel around. I know you can get LOTRO points, or not LOTRO points, but Mithril coins, I think, in the Eisencart Tavern. But I just wanted to start very quickly with this and get into the new zone, Elderslade, to preview that with you all. But to talk about my experience getting into Bullroarer, because that has been a big thing going on for me. Getting copper coins of Gundabad. I wonder if this will be the same stuff we actually do in Gundabad. It looks like I'm actually in the zone, so I don't actually want to do the quest in this zone. That is not something I like to do with previewing. I will look at the mission system, but the questing, I would rather wait for the final update for anybody that's unfamiliar with the content that I've done previewing, like update 24 in some areas. So the first thing I know is the extreme mountains in this area, and if you all hear background noise and it's too loud, I have my air conditioner on. It has gotten very warm where I live now that it has turned fall, and we've had some days where it's actually frosted here, but back in a warm period. Anyway, yeah, I think the main hub here is in the southwest. It just says Stable Master. It won't actually tell me the name of that. I think there is a name for it though. Looks like I'm getting a bunch of quests available and things like that. But again, there's a dragon just flying around. I don't think I have seen that before. I don't know if that's something new or I just haven't happened to have seen that before. But once we get settled a little bit in here, I will actually look at the patch notes and go over that in a little bit more detail as we preview this stuff. I'm just really running around this area and kind of trying to get to this main hub we can explore. And definitely one thing I want to do is take screenshots, because I will need those for backgrounds for thumbnails, and I just like to have them. But to talk about my experience getting in Bullroarer, first of all, I had it updated. It updated this morning and yesterday, so I had all the patches done. But when I tried to log in today, when I got home from work, after I worked on the video that you all saw today, that is when I noticed I have a bunch of quest rings. I guess you get a bunch of quests in this town. I don't know if these are the missions. I think the missions, there's like a specific mission giver, so these are all probably regular quests. I'll explore them, but again, I am not doing that. Not going to be doing those. At least I don't plan on it. So this Stable Master, I heard you can go a bunch of places and go from a bunch of places to get here, like the Midsummer. That's one nice thing for low levels, because the missions will be available at level 20. That's going to be one nice thing. But with Bullroarer, if I can finally get around to talking about that, I came home and I tried to do the launcher login like normal, and I kept getting an error about patching DAT files. So I had a Bullroarer backup, as eventually these are all regular quests. Okay, tons of quests here. That'll probably be a good thing once I actually get to questing here. Yeah, this looks like it is the main hub, because there's the Vault Keeper and all those sort of people. There's even the Auctioneer, the Legendary Vendors. Aha, there are some steps here. Actually, this is more of a ramp than steps. It's just a slope up, but with Bullroarer, if we can get on about that, I eventually was able to get one to work. So I started a fresh install of Bullroarer. Wow, these guys have so many quests. I don't know if they're trying to give me the same quests over and over, or if they're really just a whole ton of quests in this area. Here is a March on Gundabad, Elderslade supply packs. This is a repeatable quest. It's a repeatable quest. Deliver 5 Elderslade supply packs to the reward quartermaster. Let's see what he has available for barter. So these are just copper coins of Gundabad. For Louisden, it would be a muster skill, but you can get your return to, your guide to, and muster in. It looks like some new relics, that type of stuff was expected. Looks like there are some gold pieces of gear. You get these from Elderslade supply packs, 15 of those. So I don't know how easy these will be to get, but getting these pocket items, thought I might have said it was a helmet, but these are pocket items. Getting that would probably be a good thing for this character. Like that one with finesse and critical rating and a ton of agility just compared to what I have. Item level 436 seems to go way up from item level 400 for the stats. But as far as getting in Bullroarer, we can look at these cosmetics. That was frustrating because everything was working, at least I thought. The heavy, medium, and light do look slightly different. I do not like the look of the light one. Well, let me see it dyed first. Okay, yeah, don't like that one. That's just me personally. I like these ones, the ones with the darker brown, so the medium one here is pretty neat. I don't know if that would be good in a red dye, but that's just what I happen to choose. White oddly doesn't look bad to me. I was thinking blue. For some reason, the blue and brown, maybe it just fits the zone, kind of the theme of what I think Gundabad. His name is Burglar, but it's Burglar and not Burglar. And he's a minstrel. March on Gundabad. Repeatable quest, complete all these. I'm guessing these are... That's a daily to complete all those? Wow. Complete mission. So these are the missions, people. I'm just accepting a bunch of things right now. Is he the missions? Okay, so he's the missions guy. So I go to that mission. Ooh, lots of missions. War effort, complete mission, so you get like motes of enchantment. So we can jump into a mission. That would be exciting, but before I do that, I want to take a moment to review the patch notes with y'all. So as I mentioned, I did have trouble getting into Bullroarer. Obviously, I finally got into it, but that was kind of annoying. I'm like super scattered with my thoughts since I'm just starting this up after all those issues. But basically, I had a backup copy of Bullroarer, and let me go ahead and go to the patch notes for you all to see. There we go. Okay, that should be working. But while I have these patch notes up, to talk a little bit about my experience with Bullroarer without getting distracted with the endgame stuff, I had a backup copy of it from update 24, so I tried to update that and I ran into the same issue with the Bullroarer client that I was using, or the install of Bullroarer that I was using. So I started a fresh install, and then I saw you could repair, like completely repair the game data, and I did that, and with the repairing the game data, eventually that finished and I was able to log into the server. I transferred my characters and I even got in game, but I could not get to the character select screen, so that was pretty disappointing. That was almost an hour ago that got done. Actually, I think even over an hour ago. So then I exited that out and exited the launcher, and it had to repatch the DAT files, and I was stuck on that forever for basically an hour now. So this is very late for me. It's like 10:30 p.m. server time, and if I was in Eastern time, that would be like way past my bedtime. I'm basically at my bedtime right now, but that is okay. I'm excited to preview this and probably won't have been able to sleep well anyway. But as far as the patch notes, of course I covered them in the video, and we had some Guardian updates, Champion update, Minstrel, nothing much there, Warden and Runekeeper. The loot box changes. Oh yeah, so they still don't have any actual patch notes for War of the Three Peaks. That's one thing I feel is a bit odd. They like had this delay with the beta. I feel like by the time they had the preview for this, they could have at least had more of the Three Peaks info. That was one of the big exciting things for me, at least, to finally have that. There wasn't much in the quest and adventure areas, but one thing I wanted to point out that I did not see before is one of the Frost Horde Drakes in Legacy of Durin Chapter 1, which I have not done yet, but apparently one of those Drakes was using fire attacks instead of frost attacks, so in this update he has been cooled down now. That is definitely a good thing, because a Frost Drake should not be using fire abilities. And then another one I thought was funny was players will no longer be defeated by the invisible Smite monster in Dar Garzag. I have no idea what was going on there, but definitely want to be defeated by the invisible Smite monster. The other thing I did not cover in the patch video, because this is specifically for Bullroarer, is they are testing, they have the junk carryall that they're testing, it looks like, and then an item XP rune carryall. And that is just an experiment, apparently. They're not ready for bugs or feedback. So if they're not ready for bugs, and it has bugs, then I guess they need to get ready for it. Probably they mean not ready for reports on bugs, and not ready for feedback. But otherwise, they have the new relics I could test at Eisengard Tavern, and we'll go there eventually, I think. And they do actually mention, so they don't have any of the patch notes for War of the Three Peaks, which is weird to start, but then they actually do mention War of the Three Peaks stuff. So there's the Bloody Threshold raid. I had no idea that was called Bloody Threshold until we see their stuff in the Eisencart Tavern relating to it. So you can basically barter for that, I think, in the Eisengard Tavern. So yeah, all of that. Anyway, I'm going to go back into the game, and I don't think I have said hi to anybody in the chat. That is something I meant to do, and I have seen your all's messages. I can turn display capture off here, and I did want to say hi first of all to Ungrumpy, who was here before the stream started, and so was Fly Dragons. And then I want Tam Todd's said woot when I was ready to start, and then hi to Q Gabriella and Tempers Gaming. On somebody, actually I feel like I recognize that name, Largwind. I don't know where they are, but they gave me a hug. There's a Dwarf Iron Brew. That's one thing I want to do, is actually on a low level character maybe come here and test out the missions, but we can get started. What is a good sounding mission? Engines, area, archers at the gate. The gate captain, okay, that one sounds fun to me. So all it says is twist gated. You must find a way to breach a barrier to reach your mission objective. The orcs and wargs have returned to Shather Munzu. I have no idea where that is. Attempting to set up a new base south of the Warfront. I'm guessing the Warfront is like just has to do with War of the Three Peaks. So my mission is to find and defeat Razul, the orc captain. Okay, so we'll travel now. Hey Aaron Wittinen. So this is the first mission I'm in. I'm actually in Duskenvale, so I'm back in Vales of Anduin for this mission. That's not exciting. Got some Gundabad warriors here. I'm kind of curious because this is a scalable thing, so I don't know difficulty-wise if it matters that my gear is low level or what's going on with that. That's one reason I want to test it with the scaling. I don't know if the enemies scale to you or if you scale up to level 130. It'd probably be more messy if you scaled up to 130, so I'm guessing the enemies scale to your level. Oh yeah, so Aaron, I mentioned hi Wolf Mika, and oh, you said hi Louis 7. I see. I thought you said hi like Luis even, but I think that's supposed to be Louis 7. Anyway, yeah, so I actually thought I would not be able to stream today because I'm going to have something that's like at not quite this time, but a little bit earlier than now every Tuesday. But it does not start until next Tuesday, at least I think. Assuming that's still even a thing, but yeah, that is next Tuesday. It's at a weird time because it's actually for my work/school, but it's at like 6:30 or 7 o'clock at night. So I'm just collecting explosive barrels. Apparently I got one of them. I honestly don't even remember that. But this really seems like a quest where you don't even have any other side quests to do with it, so you're just doing like one thing. At least it seems like a quest right now. Seems like what could be a quest set, but it's just one mission. So I know I need to plant the explosive barrels. Or I don't even know if I said that right. One quest set has like a single mission is what it seems like. I don't know if the reward, the XP reward, will be basically the same as a single quest or what. And hey, Dennis Lane, it looks like you changed your name. You were teacher, man. But nice to see you. Still, I think my only sponsor still, unless I totally missed another one. And I see you are sporting your Runekeeper, whatever that's called, icon. I honestly don't know. It's been so long since I've set those up that I forgot what they were called and forget what I even have for those badges. Maybe that's what they are. I made, I think, Warden and Runekeeper just because they're my two favorite classes and the two I play most frequently. Damage seems fine. I feel like this is actually easier than the level 128, 129 stuff I was doing in Minas Morgul. It's not bad that it's easy, but I kind of expected a little bit more difficulty just considering it was a new area, but I am not doing landscape content. I'm doing the kind of scaling type content, the missions. I can see why this is considered like a little bit more, at least this specific mission I'm doing. The first random one I tried, the gate captain, which this is Captain Rozul, and he's at a gate to Shather Munzu. You do not have the corresponding quest. So as far as the mission goes, I wonder, there's a mission reward. This is what I'm interested in. Oh, so just a couple hundred silver pieces, and then the Gabilaka war mark. Gabilaka? That's a very weird name, but kind of rolls off the tongue okay, Gabilaka. Oh, so you had to change your name for work. Runekeeper is your favorite class too, Wolf Mika? Yeah, I probably don't play it enough. It's my second favorite class, and traditionally, I guess I didn't get to see how much XP I got since I'm at the level cap, but I got Reputation and Silver. So it looks like you have a bunch of daily quests to complete missions, so maybe that gives a little bit more, but the actual reward from the mission was a little bit underwhelming. I don't know if you can trade the Gabalaka marks for gear or anything. Light gray goat, coffee goat, and I haven't seen any boars. I don't know where they come from, if they're only like pre-order bonuses, or not pre-order, but regular order. That's a nice looking two-handed axe actually, and a one-handed axe, and a nice looking sword. So these cosmetics, I really like these. I might on Anor and Arkenstone, I might have to farm these just for these cosmetics here. Also, my standing is too low. I guess you have to get Reputation. Yeah, Reputation with the Gabalaka. And yes, the beta notes are out. They aren't complete for the mini expansion, but what they have for update 28 is out. So I'll just keep looking at these cosmetics. The spear, compared to the other ones, it's a little bit hard to see. I guess I can see it there a little bit. Actually, oh, that is the inspection thing. It's like if I could see it in this, it's just a little bit easier to see, but the spear I don't quite like as much. It's a bit harder to, how do I zoom out? There we go. Just a bit harder to see what's going on with it though. Dagger I think looks pretty neat as well. The hammer, I like that hammer. That's like my Guardian's hammer. It's one of the few hammers I like I have on my Guardian. I don't like the smaller hammer just because it looks like a regular hammer, and that's kind of boring, but that looks like a nice hammer. The club, I'm not a fan of clubs, but that actually doesn't look bad for a club. Don't like the one-handed one as much once again. What else is there? Staff? I like that look of the staff. The halberd looks pretty standard for a halberd. It looks okay. Javelin, I assume looks like the spear in that one, at least for me, is underwhelming. Crossbow. Not usually a fan of crossbows, but that one does look neat to me. Battle goat? Oh yeah, I can't look at that. Be nice if you could inspect like mounts in LOTRO. There is the collections panel, if I can find the button for that. Shift C. It does give you a preview, so I don't know if they would have added it. Coffee goat was one of the new ones I just saw. Those are pets anyway, they're not mounts. Here's some goats. Windfell's goat. I don't even remember the name of the goat. There's the Elderslade battle goat. Available in Elderslade. I forgot what this goat was called. This was the Elderslade battle goat. Looks okay for a battle goat. I like this goat. Whichever this one is. Fleet-footed goat. Goat of Erebors. Royal Guard, that one doesn't look too bad. This isn't the new update stuff, but I haven't actually looked at all these goats in this panel. I kind of forget about it sometimes. The collection panel is really nice. I definitely ignore it a lot, and there are a ton of emotes that I don't know about but would probably be nice to have, because I do. Sword Salute would be nice, but I use a lot of emotes for my thumbnails to get like something representative of whatever the video or stream is about, and those would be nice to have if I actually paid attention to them. So Tempers Gaming, you asked if VIP gives you permanent access to all virtue and class passive slots, or do they lock when VIP expires? So those do permanently unlock, as far as I know, your virtue slots, which this character on Bullroarer has none of those equipped, and your set bonuses, I think is what you're talking about. Those do all permanently unlock. As far as previewing content, we already did a mission. I feel like I should take a mission from the other guy. Oh, here's a map I am jumping on. It's an actual like terrain map. It doesn't look like it changes my actual character's height, but if we zoom in there, the actual, I don't know if there's a good position for this, but you can see there's the actual terrain sticking out with the mountains. It's kind of a topographic map in that way. So we are, where are we? Should have a you are here position. We might be in this corner. Maybe right there where my cursor is, and then that's where the gate to Gundabad is. But what I think is I might explore a little bit, do one more mission, then explore a little bit, then go to Eisengard Tavern, and then maybe come back here and do more missions. Just because it is so late and I'm really tired, like sleepy tired. I don't know why I'm so tired, because my sleep schedule has just been all messed up, I think. Frosty Reception. I want to try to do one of these that are actually not in Gundabad necessarily, but in whatever zone this is, Elderslade, Den of the Frostbound. Hobgoblins, Rimmel Frostheart. This one sounds fun anyway, so we'll do it. But I want to try to find one twist reinforcement. So is the twist like an affix? Monsters in this mission will attempt to summon allies to the fight. Well, that sounds extra fun to me, because this one is in Vorkodar. I have no idea where Vorkodar is. For all I know, this is supposed to be, these are hobgoblins, okay. Mission is to defeat 10 of them. What is this buff I have? Oh, I have subscriber buffs. I guess this character, I don't know how I got the subscriber buffs. I wonder if he copied with his buffs on him. Yeah, the collection tab, that has been in the game for quite a while now. It's just something I always forget about. Well, looks like I can jump down. Well, let's do it. I didn't even intend to. I just kind of slid off the landscape a little bit. I'm guessing this will be like the other mission though, and I'll get another part to it. But really they do seem like quests, or at least quest sets lumped into one thing, which is an instance mission. I'm actually really interested in trying this on a low level. I didn't copy a low level character over. I copied some that are under level 130 though, so I can at least test how that works. Oh, so I'm actually done with this. I defeated 10 hobgoblins and there is nothing else, it looks like. I have no idea where my mission reward thing is. I opened a little chest in the last one that had like my mission reward. Oh, these are the Frostwhelp reinforcements. I'm guessing that's what that induction was, but I'm not entirely sure. Something I should have paid attention to. Okay, so I'm just deleting to try and find where my rewards would be. So Wolf Mika, I agree with you. Trying to level a character just through missions could be fun and good because there are so many different missions and it seems like you have dailies for them anyway. The only problem with LOTRO with that is kind of you would lose out on class trait points and maybe even virtues. I don't think I'm doing anything that gives virtue XP in this. I think there is a meta. I keep pressing insert on accident. I think there is a meta deed. So the mission reward here, I think this was by the entrance. But there's a meta deed to complete like 80 of these, and I think I saw right now at least it gives 2000 virtue XP. But not too much to it. So ready to turn in this mission? Guess I'm going to be standing on this map a lot. It's the easiest way to access these dwarves. Okay, but before we get moving on and exploring, I want to take a look at all my quests here. So we have the war effort. The war effort is the trenches. This is a daily. Okay, the march to Gundabad, whatever quest that is outside. Oh, is that one of those tapestry things? Blazon of the Gabalaka to the War of the Three Peaks. Okay, let's actually look at this then. Using this has no effect. That's unfortunate. I wonder if that is something that will be added later or what. But just to look at this, so the war effort. I really haven't. Oh, that one. Okay, I already know what that one does. So the march on Gundabad. Complete the war effort missions for the cause. Complete. So this is to complete 3 missions. Oddly enough, I did complete 2 missions, and I have 0 progress on that quest. And this is just to complete the daily 4 times. And it's a weekly to complete the daily 4 times. So you wanted to use skirmishes to skip Battle Moria on your bear because you've gone through it 3 times in the past month. That's a lot in a month. And yeah, maybe waiting for missions would be better than doing skirmishes. So this is complete the March on Gundabad, a bunch of different March on Gundabads. This is another one to complete missions. So I have 2 quests to complete missions. But I have completed 2 missions and have 0 progress on either of those. I don't know if I have to do specific missions or what exactly is going on with that. And I see a quest ring. Oh, right through this. Maybe it's with the Blazon of Gabalaka that using that has no effect. Maybe there'd be a more complete picture there. The Last Embers of Nurzgashu. Okay, I have to try this one out because Nurzgashu is like the Rift of Nurzgashu. I don't know if this is supposed to be. This is Ashmar Zarok. Okay, these are Gundabad orcs, so I'm guessing this is supposed to be like within Gundabad, or at least around it. So I need to defeat drop push here. I just saw Nursgashu is why I was interested in this one. I didn't know if it actually took you back like to the rift area. I had no idea why that would be relevant, so that's why I thought it was a little bit interesting. Yeah, epic battles could be good. A good way to avoid skirmishes if you don't want to wait for missions. They give a okay amount of XP. For me, the problem is they take so long, but you do have Pelargir on the regular servers, on the non-legendary servers that I so frequently play on. Or at least on Anor, with my kinship there. But yeah, you would have access to Pelargir, which is probably a better one for XP and loot and other stuff anyway. Oops. There is some fire effect. I can completely waste my potions. It doesn't really matter. So mission complete. A dwarf scout has arrived to escort me back to the war front. Except I don't see. I guess I don't know if you always have to run back to the entrance. The one time the mission rewards were right at the end, I thought. The first one I did. So let's try and turn this one in. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not getting any complete missions. Progress. That's the problem with it being so late. I totally forgot the word progress. Mission. So I can reset the bottom one with Mithril coins. The top one I cannot. That's a pending quest. And this one's a resettable quest. That's kind of odd that two of them are resettable, or one of them's resettable and two of them are just like you can try later and not reset it. Bunch of dwarves here. Alright, so I think it is time to explore the landscape anymore. I'm not sure of the missions if that's just like not working, but can't really see too much with that. I did come up, so here's the stable master. He's actually inside here. Or this is another stable master, maybe? Oh, this is probably the mission-specific stable master for Anak Kerfu. Oh, so Temper's gaming about the Guardian changes. I am not sure with just the changes in the patch that they will overcome captain tanking, but that's something we'll have to see. Mother Humma. I'm guessing that is a female dwarf. It's very hard to tell the female and male dwarves apart. Yeah, I'm not completely convinced either. I think because, so as far as I know, one reason captains are good is because they can have such a high morale pool and just have a lot of cooldowns and group benefits to being in the group. Oh yeah, these are all the dwarves with a whole ton of quests for me. That's the person that waved at me earlier. I think so. In my video, I'm not entirely sure if this is the case, but that might be the person's whose screenshots I used. In my video earlier today. Laura Linarian on Twitter. Because, so that video I worked on, as I mentioned, like as soon as I got home, those flying drakes, I really don't know if they're new, but they're pretty neat. It's a little bit hard to see them. I'd like to get a screenshot of something like that. So it looks like it is probably near sunset. Yeah, getting dusk time. For some reason there's sun glare staring right there, which shouldn't be a thing, but that happens in other areas in LOTRO. There's another one of those flying drakes. Kind of the glare is making it a little bit hard to see. I just want to get on a peak here and I'll look out to the west. So that is just a lot of rocky mountains here. In the Stalker, this single mob seems more difficult than the ones I was fighting in the missions. Looks like Warg Slayer, that's the typical stuff, but Slayer deeds. So this is, where am I anyway on the map? There's a big lake there to the west that I'd like to see. I don't know, yeah, it looks like I'm actually staring at it. Here, I don't know where would be a really good place to get a very nice view of that. We can go to the gates of Gundabad. I definitely do plan to go there. There's also Wormsgraf. I'm guessing a lot of drakes and dragons and that type of stuff. I actually don't know if there are all the dragon type things in LOTRO are called drakes. There's Dragok. He might be an actual dragon. I don't know the exact distinction they make between dragons and drakes, like if dragons just aren't a thing in Lord of the Rings. But as far as I know, they are, and these are just like drakes. Because like Smaug, I'm pretty sure he was a dragon, but maybe he was just a giant drake. That's just the first one I can think of there. Yeah, I don't know, I haven't done Wells of Langflood on this character, so I don't know if these drakes were a thing. I don't remember them in Arid Mithrin at all, where they like fly around like that. So, Elven Archer, you said, asked if anyone's heard of the Guardian trying to achieve the fastest tune in LOTRO, and someone reached 180% faster than run speed. So that's actually 280% run speed, which is significantly faster than a mount, which is, I think a mount is 178% plus 78%, unless you do mean 180% run speed and 80% faster, but that is pretty crazy fast. And Guardians, so yeah, Smaug is a full dragon. It's kind of something, another reason doing this stream so late for me. It's too late for me to think. But yes, after I said that, I realized that probably Smaug and Dragok, they're full dragons. I just don't know about enemies. So the Anniversary Dragon mount, that sounds good. There's the Unflagging Dragon, that's probably the one you're talking about. I actually have that. I don't think I have the mount, but I have that cosmetic set at least. Angmarum. At least they make me think of Angmarum. I don't know if they technically are. Iron Crown. I thought Iron Crown was like the Angmarum type thing, but I don't know. So these structures in Gundabad, they look a little bit odd. From a distance, I don't think necessarily like in a bad way, but they do just look a little bit odd. And one thing I want to mention with the Three Peaks, so all I could find out about the Three Peaks relating to Lord of the Rings lore was that I really gotta try to get a picture or video of one of these drakes flying in. That's something I don't remember anything like that in the trailer. Like they had the boar mount at the end, a little tease of that. I think seeing something like a drake flying like that in the trailer would have made it much more exciting. That trailer, unfortunately for me, was like very boring. I don't know why, but it was just pretty boring to me. This area is pretty neat, but about the Three Peaks, all I could find within like the Lord of the Rings lore was that it was in Moria specifically. I don't remember exactly where, but there were two zones in Moria where like the peaks were Silvertine peaks, and I think Redhorn was a peak, and then somewhere else that's not actually in Moria and LOTRO. But if you all look towards the gates of Gundabad here, there's one peak on the left, one in the middle, one on the right, and I'm guessing that's where more of the Three Peaks comes in. That it's like at the gates of Gundabad or just going towards Gundabad. As far as, I actually don't know if Gundabad is mostly indoors or outdoors. Indoors as in inside the mountain or outside the mountain at all. Looks like there's a group trying to form the new raid. It's way too late for me to even consider that. I haven't even been to Eisengard Tavern to boost this character's gear up to crazy levels. Edible indigo leaf. We'll see how edible it is. I hope they let me eat it. Otherwise, this is going to be the saddest thing. Yeah, it looks like I cannot right-click it and eat it even though it's edible. I really feel like they should change that name or just let you eat it and consume it and have nothing happen. Oh, there's actually an entrance. It looked like an entrance to something. Over here? I don't know what I saw to think that, but I don't see it anymore. There's a waterfall. This is a pretty neat area, at least. So rationalistic, hello, and you think it looks like Grand Tetons in Wyoming. Not familiar with that place. Looks like this is Gundabad. Tons of enemies here, goblins, orcs. All of the Gundabad variety. I don't know if this will eventually be an entrance where you can get into Gundabad when they actually have that expansion and whatever updates may or may not lead to it. It's one thing I don't know because they're doing this as a mini expansion. Normally when they do updates, like full expansions, they're at the end of the year at this time. So I'm about to get myself killed here, but that's okay. I'll try to heal what I can, but I'm just trying to run through this and running into these signatures, which I could actually, I should try to kill them. I should be able to. I know my morale taps aren't that strong, but I think they're enough to at least somewhat heal me at this point. There we go. It took forever for me to get a skill off, but I think I'm about to, maybe about to die. It's the thing with Warden, I always feel like I'm about to die, but somehow I end up living through things. I don't know, more often than not, but more often than I think I should. Okay, let me go ahead and accept this quest. I'm guessing the actual quests, when I go through the zone, they will make more sense. I'm just like randomly running through it now, of course. Yeah, the architecture, I still don't think I said that word right. The architecture is interesting. That's one thing, just looking at it from afar, it looks really weird, like something we haven't seen in LOTRO. I know this is a dwarven area, and there's been a lot of dwarven areas in LOTRO, but this is very unique, at least to me, and the way it looks different than the Arid Mithrin stuff, the Erebor stuff. From what I remember, I didn't do too much with Erebor anyway. Oh, the navigation. This could be very Amoria, like an annoying navigation. I don't think I'm going to out-heal this one. I guess I can just freely use my potions. This is beta, so I'm not actually using any of this stuff. Resolution surprisingly strong. For some reason I thought it did not scale well enough to heal that much morale. Like, if I can do damage, I think I'm better off doing damage because that's how the enemies get killed. The morale taps don't do much damage, but they definitely heal a lot more than I expected them to, as much as I thought they did. I'm not meaning to fight so many enemies. I know that's normally like the exciting thing, at least for me, but I'm trying to just explore a little bit more. There is a elephant. It is not like a one I can attack, it's just Frost Tusk. Okay, so they won't let me jump off here. That's in a way a good thing, but I'm actually just trying to get out of this area. Oh, now I can. I think it's an interesting landscape. I don't know Wells of Langflood, how similar it is to it. I probably should have gone to that just to get an idea. But it looks like it's kind of its own type looking thing. I do want to check out Wormsgraph if we can. So I think I can use the collections panel to take a stable master place here. If they have it updated, it's entirely possible. Oh, they do have it. Travel mithril coins you have not yet discovered. Okay. My best bet is to fall and go to the res circle and see where that takes me, I think. And this actually takes me to a pretty good place. Now these buildings remind me more of the ones in Erd Mithrin, but it's actual Gundabad, the Gates of Gundabad, that looks different. It's a lot lighter color. That one looks like an evil building. I'm guessing it is. I actually want to check that out just to see exactly what it is. Or that's probably the Iron Crown fellows that I ran into. Okay, I guess we gotta fight this warg. Oops. Did not mean to use Death Strike, but that means I can just use Desolation twice, and he resisted Desolation twice. And this is reminding me of when I went to Vales of Anduin at like level 118 as far as the difficulty goes a little bit. Because this character, he's like not even finished with Minas Morgul questing. Probably should have removed that bleed. I think that would have prevented me from getting knocked off. But I want to check out Tar Bronak up there. Just see where that ends and just see what it looks like up there. And then maybe head back to Wormsgraf. I think that would be the best way, because I'm likely to get into trouble at Wormsgraf and probably end up getting myself killed from drakes is my guess, but we'll see how that is. I hope you all can see. I'm trying to give like a preview of what the landscape and all this stuff looks like as I am moving around, but I also have to see where I'm navigating and things like that. But I hope you all are getting an idea of what things look like if you're interested in that part of this at least. Hi Talel, and you asked, is there any way to see what's possibly changing for update 28? You want to know about gamblers? So for update 28, they do have the patch notes, the ones that are on Bullroarer right now, but they don't have all of the notes up yet as far as like the content goes. I'm not sure what you mean about gamblers, if you're asking about the loot boxes or the gambler spec for the Blue Line Burglar. If you're talking about the Blue Line Burglar, there are no updates coming to that spec. And if you're talking about loot boxes, that's just the only other thing I can think of related to gambler. This is a neat area. It's, I guess, getting colder. I expect on the map for it to be not like this, not snowy. I expect it to kind of be similar to what it was down there, but we're going to higher altitude and getting a lot of cold, icy drakes. This is actually really like this landscape here. Perhaps it being night actually makes it more interesting. Usually I'm annoyed if it's night, especially when I'm trying to see a new region, but I think that makes it look pretty neat here. It reminded me a little bit of Foreshell, actually. Not quite the same as that. Foreshell has a little bit more snow and stuff. But it does remind me of it. Kind of the western part of Foreshell. I am saying the right zone, right? Or yeah, Foreshell. Kind of a little bit around, actually, Ziggelgund. That's actually another Dwarven area. I think completely unrelated with the landscape, but it reminds me a little bit of it. So you were talking about the gambler spec for the Blue Line Burglar. So yeah, there are no updates for them in here. So here's Langflood's Garnet. Looks like they do actually have a new type of ore. Unless Langflood, that is entirely possible that it was in the Wells of Langflood, also known as Mist Hollow. This zone seems to have had a naming crisis as well. I think the update itself was called the Mists of Wilderland or something. So as far as I know, people are calling it like Wilderland. Here's these drakes killing me. I didn't even think there would be drakes in this part. Here they go killing me, but I'll get a heal. Maybe if my tab target wants to work. There we go. I don't even need the heal at this point now that I finally found it. Yeah, Forest Hill is like the Antarctic. One thing with Forest Hill is I always thought it more tundra-like, but it still snows in the game, and that's not quite what it's like, because I don't know, I always pictured Forest Hill when I go through it as like a tundra, so it's dry, basically a cold desert. But kind of the point is it wouldn't really snow there, but then it does snow in it, which I don't mind. Do we actually get a Link Flood ore? I did not. I very much so want this ore, but I was right at it, then I passed it up again. And I really don't know if this is a new type of ore. I haven't seen it, at least. It's new to Louisden, and that's what matters right now. But this actually reminds me of Forest Hill 1 because it is snowing here and a lot of snow on the ground. But also the landscape a little bit. So that's just Langflood Scarn. I'm guessing that is something that exists again because of what's going on. I can just destroy a bunch of random stuff on the server. I don't have to care about my Minnesithal ingots. Actually, I'll keep those. I'll sell all these essences. I'm guessing even on the regular servers I'll end up selling all these essences. I just wanted to make sure you didn't break them down. It seems like there's a lot of new stuff you break down with, like the Flame of Encalamir. I think essences would be interesting thing to have a system like that on, because you just end up selling all these old essences you don't need. So we actually ran into a hobgoblin here and an almost completely torn down tree. Okay, so we're getting, here is, that's Bronek, I really don't know. But there's an interesting, another evil looking structure here, and there is a gate, and that is it. I wonder if this will be, so one thing I don't think I've talked about yet is Gundabad, the actual expansion that's slated to be the next expansion. And this was supposed to be the update before Gundabad, but I'm not actually sure that's the way it's going to work out, because they'll probably want to release the expansion around this time next year. They've done the other one in August, Mordor, and what was that one? Minas Morgul in November, and that's just the general time to release expansions. Other games do the same. It's kind of interesting that there's one hobgoblin, then you go all the way up there and there's none. It's just like one hobgoblin to defend that whole way to the gate. But we can go back to Wormsgraf here and look at that a little bit. I'm guessing it's going to be snowy. Again, the map doesn't make it look like it. Actually looks like, so in Minas Morgul there's a similar thing where it looks like it's almost fiery, kind of a very brown landscape. Here's a bunch more of these hobgoblins. Looks like a big hobgoblin camp. I expected there to be a lot of drakes and worms, but that might be more towards the east, I'm not sure. A lot of these are signatures. I'm guessing this is going to be a relatively difficult area. I don't know, with gearing that landscape content, at least anything Louisden's run into in this expansion era has been that difficult. Okay, I really don't want to sit here fighting these mobs. The whole point of this is to explore the landscape. And hey, Emir Hassan, yes, are there any major class changes this next update? And the most major class changes is with Guardian, I think, to make their tanking ability a little bit better. I don't know how much better it will make the Guardian tanking. I haven't looked too much into it. And I don't play the Blue Line Guardian to know, like, from first-hand experience how it would. Somebody defeated this worm, so somebody else is either here just testing stuff out or exploring. Shandro. Oh, he killed that drake very fast. Okay, I got to be nosy and check out what gear he has. So he has, it looks like, a mix of gear, but a mix of gear that's higher item level than what I have, at least mostly. And I guess Minstrel would do more burst damage than the Warden. There we go. Some weird lag. My kinship has been disbanded. That's been down there the whole time. I have that second chat box for like kin chat and fellowship and raid and that sort of stuff. But it's just like basically wasted space right now. This is still an interesting area we finally did run into. There are a lot of different whelplings here. There's a fierce cold whelpling and then a fierce whelpling, and somehow that guy got confused and did that anti-exploit mode thing for me walking over here. There's also a 6-man instance and a raid. We see people searching for the raid groups for that, but I don't know where it's physically located. These mobs seem to have trouble with their pathing and knowing where to go here. That's an interesting waterfall, I guess. I wonder why there's a bridge here. Yeah, these enemies are getting confused very easily. But I'm guessing somebody needed to cross this area frequently, so they built a bridge. I don't know if it's a Dwarven bridge or a Hobgoblin bridge. I don't know if I'd expect something like that from Hobgoblins, but I don't really see much reason for it. Unless like some group of people was frequently crossing that they thought it was worth building a bridge. Of course, for the actual gameplay, if you're wanting to cross here, it's nice. But that's just like a totally random thing I thought of with this. I feel like I've explored most things over here. It's just, it really looks different in the map. I think that's one thing that's the same with Minas Morgul. Not necessarily in a bad way, but the landscape, compared to some other areas, I don't think is as well represented in the map, at least like what you would expect. Now, that's true in a different way for a lot of early areas in LOTRO. So like Eriador, the Shire, you get an idea of what's going to be. Like if you're around Waymeet, you'd expect some farms. Frogmorton looks like a marshy area. Some hills here, maybe grass, forest, that type of stuff. But in some areas, I think this started in central Gondor, it's basically a satellite image, if you think of it like that, just an actual picture of the landscape zoomed way out. And then in here, and the same with Minas Morgul, it's kind of like that, but a little bit different. You have like some red, brownish stuff over here, and then it's a little lighter down there. Even though the landscape's actually quite a bit different, it's snowy up here, so you'd almost expect it to be white on an actual map. Wow, I'm really getting myself lost here. I think I'm going to go to Bree. We can go ahead and go to the Eisencart Tavern, actually, so the best way there is probably Bree. I've done enough exploring, but that's just one thing. One note with the map I've noticed is they're a little bit less 100% accurate like the other ones. Or I don't even know accurate's the best word, but they don't, it's not like a perfect picture view as we saw in Gondor in a lot of zones before, at least before the Minas Morgul stuff. Anyway, the Eisengard Tavern to check out all that exciting stuff. We need to go to Thorin's Gate. Andros, that name sounds familiar as well. I wonder where I recognize that from, if I even actually recognize it. So the new instance, I guess it would be in the instance panel. I didn't even bother to think about looking at that. Yeah, not in Minas Morgul. They almost could add it to, I wonder if it's non-scaling. Kind of doubt it, but could be. War of the Three Peaks, there is the raid as non-scaling. So I'm guessing the 6-man is scaling. I wonder if they even have the 6-man in here though. I don't see anything like that. There's supposedly going to be a 6-man instance at least. They didn't add it to Minas Morgul, no. But yeah, the Bloody Threshold is the new raid. So Elven Archer, you actually make a good point about Gundabad being connected to Angmar. I'm not sure that would be the case, but I did a mission earlier. I don't know if you were here. It mentioned Nurz Gashu in the name. So in Angmar, there's the Rift of Nurz Gashu, and I didn't even connect that that's like the Misty Mountains Rift of Nurz Gashu. Arid Mithrin and Gundabad's like right there in between. All of that kind of, with LOTRO northeast of the Misty Mountains, the Rift of Ner'zghoshu is kind of pictured right around there, and Gundabad, as far as I know, is in the northern end of Misty Mountains, kind of connecting Arid Mithrin and Misty Mountains, as far as I know. Again, there's actually that little stream, Wormsgraph is probably right around there, I'd guess, based on this. But that's actually a good point. I'm not sure, but that would actually be very nice to have that connection. VIP rewards, we'll go ahead and get that. There's not too much point to it. I can sell all my stuff. Oh, actually, I don't have enough inventory space. Wait, where's my... There we go. I'm going to sell basically all my stuff. I don't really care what I keep because this is the beta server, of course. But this is just to free up some inventory spaces. Hey Gabe Parker. It's nice to see the stream seems to be doing decent. I don't know why I can't use this. Or am I trying to enter the wrong building? It is not the Eisengard Tavern. I think the Eisengard Tavern's supposed to be here. Is it this one? Yes, I was trying to enter the wrong building. That's why I wasn't able to go there. And yeah, we did see the Iron Crown outside the gates of Gundabad before. Remnants of the Ingmarum. So yeah, that's who I passed up out there. ENG Tavern introduction. No actual introduction though. Legendary item store. So a bunch of exciting things. This is the exact type of stuff that I think should be in the game. The imbued scroll of empowerment, something like 5 tier. This is the exact type of thing that would be a good catch-up mechanic to, as you go to like new content. If you're 100 and you basically, so you don't have to farm your ally, especially if you just quest to level up. This is the exact type of nice catch-up mechanic, and especially for somebody that plays with alts a lot. These are just, yeah, the exact type of things I would like to actually see implemented in the game. So they actually do have them. They're just limited to the Eisengard Tavern right now. So I can use this on like my spear and upgrade that. It should be max level 63 now. And yeah, that works exactly as I would expect for that. So it looks like they have, this is the War of the Three Peaks relic pack, so I'll actually get a few of those. So I need to talk to a relic master, but I have the handy dandy VIP subscriber town services thing, which is very nice to have on the beta server just for this. So it looks like it has a few different things. So let's look at these. New exciting. Oh, I got a bunch of runes. I got some crafted ones. I got no gems and no settings. Alright, we're going to buy a few more from this guy. Too many requests slow down. That is when you know it is time to stop. Okay, let's see if I actually got, actually got some settings. Actually, it was giving me Menace Morgul stuff. It gave me like Rumor Chant, the War of the Three Peaks pack, so maybe there's nothing new on that, but I think it's still interesting to see at least. So this is better than what this character would have, by the way. But I'm just looking at, it looks like Elderslade is the main new runes is what I'm getting. So like the brilliant Elderslade rune of striking is probably what I would want. Yeah, it's critical rating. There's actually an item level 131, another item level 131, but the top Elderslade, the brilliant one of striking, does more. It's better. So I'm actually curious. My damage is 6,000 to 8,800 with that, and it goes up a little bit with that better rune. Yeah, there is a quest in the Eisengard Tavern that can instantly level you to 130, and you can get all this stuff, all the in-game stuff. This is Racial Trait Bestower Map Maker. Oh, so you can go to all these places and explore them. Traveling rations. Oh, I thought that said traveling rations. Once again, the problem with doing this way late at night for me. This is special traits required to use the map sold by the map maker. Okay. It is not traveling rations, it's traveling traits. Just so everybody doesn't get confused by what I said. Traveling rations are the old things you needed to use your muster skills and travel skills. So this is Bloody Threshold raid deeds. Let's complete the new raid. Already complete the deeds for it. Wow, I got some virtue XP from that, so that's exciting. And Gabe Parker Enidwaith is level 60 to 65. Would be at least the traditional levels for it. You can start a little bit earlier and of course stay a little bit later if you get there later. So the stair battle is the new 6-man. Of course I don't have the stuff to barter, unfortunately. I don't know how you get the stuff to barter. There's probably somebody here that helps with that. But I'm not entirely sure. That's all the new gear. I do just want to see if they instance discovery deeds. Oh, it lets you see. Actually, this is Halzonite. This is the one I want. And there's the stair battle as well. So let me actually search because I didn't see it in the instance panel. There should be the stair battle somewhere here. Nope, just Grand Stair. Oh, I had a sneeze, but what was I going on about? Bloody Threshold. It looks like tier 1, 2, and 3 right off the bat. So I am going to just enter into the new raid just to see what it looks like. So this is Elderslade, War of the Three Peaks. This is right at Gundabat, actually. So this is the perfect type of thing. I don't know actually how I'd work out with this, but I just need to get a very short recording of this. And I'm not sure if it will work out, but I'm going to try to use that as an intro for some of my videos, except I think I see a bunch of UI things popping up. But anyway, these are all the, I'm guessing I'd have to fight these enemies, so let's see how well this goes. Or maybe I can just run through them. Oh no, the second set I have to fight. You're supposed to advance with the Dwarf army? So if you're raiding this, do you also get all these people to help you? This is a repeatable quest, defeat Beasts of Slaughter. Okay. I wonder if this might be how the rumor chant works. I have no idea. That would be pretty crazy though if you can actually fight with these dwarves, or if the dwarves fight this first pack and you go into the second pack or whatever. But I'm not actually going to do this raid. I just thought it'd be interesting to go in and see what it looks like. So Gabe Parker, I'm going really slow on chat here just because I'm exploring everything, but I am in the new area. I'm actually in the Eisencart Tavern right now. That was the new raid, just previewing it, seeing what it looks like. And yes, the Eisengard Tavern is only on the beta server, Bullroarer server, and Farron's Court outside Thorin's Hall. And the release is coming out sometime in October as far as we know. And that int seems smaller than you would imagine. Yeah, that's a small int. It's no light haze. Not a huge int like some of the other ones you see. And there's not a new level cap with this mini expansion. It's staying at 130. I kind of forget what everybody... Oh, an extra 20? I'll take an extra 20 trait points. That's another catch-up mechanic they need. You should just be able to get an extra 20. Just because. I can only spend 2, but this would actually just let me see what this build would look like. I'd actually, for the blue line, it's a little bit boring getting the extra trait points. But this is one reason I actually have my Guardian. I can bring him to the server. Getting area targeting there would be pretty helpful. So one difference for anybody that is curious, for a Redline Warden as I am, I would probably switch, if I was in any situation where I'm not evading attacks, I would probably switch my point and counter attack to Bullseye to get the crit damage, I think. Not sure. Barb Javelins probably is not worth it. But I'm not sure there's anything else that's like really worth it. Anyway. Sammy J.O. you asked if there are any new cosmetics, and that is actually, this isn't cosmetics, but it's one thing I was getting to. So all this gear, of course, I can't barter for it. I actually need Embers of Enchantment. I should be able to get Embers of Enchantment probably from this guy. Nope. Somebody should give me a quest for Embers of Enchantment here. I think that's all. Reputation, Virtue rank up. Yeah, let's get a Virtue rank up large. 1.5 million Virtue XP. I would really hope that 1.5 million would give me basically everything, and it actually did not give me everything. Wow, that is crazy. My virtues are crazy higher though, but I really don't know how 1.5 million Virtue XP did not give me enough to get all of them up to 69. These are supposed to be level 72, by the way, but that apparently they were having issue implementing that. The actual stats they give are crazy though. That's one thing, just because of my characters, I've never actually bothered farming these. It's kind of a nice thing I can do while playing these betas, is just actually mess around and get all my stuff. So one thing is actually honor. So at low levels, honor and what's the other morale one? Fortitude. The morale they give is much better than the morale that loyalty gives at low level, at low rank. For some reason it scales super odd, it looks like, and at high level, loyalty actually gives more morale than honor and fortitude. And that's just super weird, but I guess that's why loyalty is better at this level. And captains get really bad around level 120 to 130. I don't think that is true. They're actually the best tanks at level 130. And they're of course good support DPS. Perhaps solo they get a little bit slower. The only thing, don't really need that. I'm trying to look for somebody with Embers of Enchantment here. Actually, I could probably deconstruct some stuff. So Flame of Ankelamir. Yeah, let's get rid of my wrist item. That's the way we get Embers of Enchantment. So now I can barter for all this gear. So that's not entire. Oh, they have even better ones. So this is a gold one with 445 base combat damage modifier. The one I had was 421, it looks like. So they have even better relics from the raid. I don't know what all the raid requires, but what we can look at is, let's do agility tier 2 for the raid. So this gear is of course crazy compared to what I have. It looks like a bunch of jewelry. I don't see any actually armor pieces. Maybe that's, no, this has, there's a cloak. Wait, is that not a cloak? Is that a head item? Shoulder? Oh, these are, so they don't have the icons. Okay, so these are all actual like gear pieces. Let's see what they look like. Somebody was asking about cosmetics, so this is, actually we already did shoulder guards and that. Oops, scratching my mic again. But this is what it looks like. I'm not too sure I'm a big fan of that. So this is just the medium armor one though. If we keep going with these evasive ones, yeah, they look the same. As far as the actual stats go, let's go back to the Bloody Threshold. This is actually all jewelry, it looks like, for the tier 2 Bloody Threshold. This is, I don't know what armor type I selected. I'm guessing the cosmetics on these armors, the icons aren't done first of all, but I'm guessing the cosmetics are not done as well, because this, it's actually cloaks, helmet, hold up, agility, there we go. This one might be done, the medium armor might be done, but I don't think the heavy armor was done. Besides it not really changing much with dye, that one looks okay. Essence box. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and just barter for all this gear to make sure Louisen has it. I want the agile set, I think. I'll look at all the stats. It's probably something we should look at, but they all look like they have cloak icons, but as far as the actual stats go, of course they're going to be better than what I have. It looks like pretty standard stats. Physical mastery crit, finesse crit, physical mastery finesse, crit, fate. Another one had fate. This one's fate and crit again, and then also essences. So they have essence boxes, so barter for a few of those and see what I can get. So this is Slade raw essence, item level 445 essences. I'm guessing this is like the best essences. I don't really know what I need on this character, like physical mastery, agility, vitality even. People could probably get a million morale captains now, I'm guessing, with the new stuff. So Elven Archer, it is 10:30 p.m. for me here, which I talked about this at the beginning of the stream because it was so delayed. This is like bedtime for me. That's why I keep saying I'm tired, because it is time for me to be sleeping, but I'm also excited to check this out. I don't think I would be able to sleep without actually finishing checking out all this, so that is okay. Anyways, is there one of morale? Or do they not have of morale essences anymore? Looks like just vitality. I don't know if there's much more to do. I was just checking out the gear a little bit. Again, I don't think the cosmetics are done. I'd have to put essences in, get my jewelry and a bunch of that stuff. I can go ahead and get just some jewelry to begin with. So there is... I'll go ahead and get all the gold ones, of course. That's nice. Oh, tactical mitigation. That's probably, I don't know though, incoming healing and block rating, but yeah, those all look defensive. These actually are not unique, so I could have a couple of these equipped. I have the 2 different rings in. It looks like the necklace. So this is critical rating, every conviction, captain healing skill. Wait, on every conviction, comma, captain healing, comma, heal skill, applies a damage preventing bubble. I wonder if all the other classes that have an actual heal skill, they're labeled heal, but for Warden it's like just conviction or captain healing. It's kind of funny the way they have that 3-item set bonus worded. It's 11:30 a.m. where you are, Sammy Joe. That's a lot nicer. It might be Sammy Joe, but that's a lot nicer time to me. This is late at least. Just a lot of different things to look at. A couple bracers. Those are parry and resistance sets. I must be in the tanker side of things, which Warden tanking, they're only agility based tank I think anymore, and that's like no good. So earring, I need a couple of those. Do I want physical mastery and fate, or I think I got, okay, we'll do that. Hopefully these aren't unique, but this doesn't really matter. It's just nice for me to have a bunch of in-game gear. Oh, the only thing I'm missing is a pocket item. Not sure there's a pocket item here I can look at. This earring. It's okay if there's not, I just thought I'd look real quick, but your lash fragment won't be good anymore. I'm not sure on that because I have not found a pocket item actually. There was somewhere I found a pocket item. Maybe it was from the raid, not the raid, the other things, whatever they're called, the missions. Maybe that reward vendor, but I think I'm going to go on a low level character and just check out the missions just to see how it works. I won't actually go fully into that or anything. But I copied quite a few of my characters. I think the lowest level one is on my burglar, but I would not be excited to play up my burglar for this, but I copied pretty much all of mine that I could find that were lower level. But maybe my guardian. I like my guardian. The problem with him and a lot of these characters is they don't have their trait points because most of them I used valors, the 95 valors, back when you could buy them for gold. I do miss those days. I don't know like what the general consensus of players is, if people miss that or not. Especially the new valors are just so much more useful. I thought the level 95 valors were really cheap, how much I could buy them for gold. Because for anybody unfamiliar, you could send items bought from the store, which included the valors. The war efforts need you, so this is an auto bestow. It says optional report to war effort stable master. I actually did not get that quest on Louisden, on my level 130. But what you do, as far as I know, is travel there. Except I'm not sure how. You can travel straight to Elderslade, that'll be nice. War effort stable master. So I should be able to get there if I can not hiccup. Be able to get there directly, but I'll try actually Minas Tirith Midsummer and see if that will take me there. I think the very starter areas like Sellandum, Thorin's Gate might be able to take me there. And Gabe Parker. Sounds like you gotta go, but thank you for stopping by the stream. I don't know how late I am to seeing you say, okay, we'll see you, but yeah, it's definitely getting late. I'm probably about to wrap up again. I just want to check out the missions on a lower level character. Don't see anywhere I can get there from here. I could totally be missing the way to get there. I keep seeing Anak curfew. I'll just go there. I could just go there, but I need to specifically see how to go to the stable master without, because as a low level character you're supposed to be able to go there, like just go there, like Midsummer. You're supposed to, as far as I know, be able to just go there through the stable master straight to the, not to Elderslade. Maybe you do have to go to Elderslade and not just the stable master in there. We'll actually check the stable master in there, I think, but because this character is right at the Eisengard Tavern, one thing I want to do with him, I won't level him up or anything, but I want to do one thing real quick. All the racial traits. Not him, but him. We can talk to the virtue person real quick. Looks like I'm at max virtue level for what he can get. Bobo. My favorite bear. Well, I actually got XP for one of those. I don't know how I got XP for one. Oh no, did I level to 130? If I did, that was a complete accident. Okay, I did not level to 130. I just completed something and got teleported to Dol Guldur. What? That was not supposed to happen. I don't know what I was clicking to make that happen, but that happened. Here, there's an exit here to Aaron Lasgulin. Oh wow, I have no idea what I did, where I went, what I did, how I got there. I have no idea what's going on, just like, yeah. But anyway, we'll get back on track. This is kind of interesting, but I got what I really wanted out of that, my trait points, of course. So now I actually have a guardian that can spend a bunch of my trait points. I have 28 extra, so I can actually finish out like my probably continue in the yellow line on him. We'll get this one, I think. I really don't know, but the main thing, I actually think I got most of this stuff. I don't think I'd ever actually use redirect in the red line. Strong, whatever that's called, strong burst is the main thing here, area of effect. That'd be good. Redirect. I think that's most of the important stuff. I'm just doing this like very quickly. Actually, I could get parry rating. Even the heal from that. I think the heal from that is very weak, but anyway, this character just got slightly better is the whole point of that. As far as traveling directly to the War Effort Stable Master, that's what I'm trying to do right now for anybody unfamiliar, as I'm getting much distracted from this. Completed trait points much various, so wow. But I'm getting much distracted. Just seeing all these things popping up as I'm doing the Mordor waits, not interested in that. Okay, so actually just try to make sure I'm not missing it. I will try Westbury. Otherwise, actually I'll go ahead and just travel there. I don't want to take up too much time. Just trying to figure this out, so it should be Elderslade, and I could travel with the Mythril Coin there, of course. And this will be the camp that the War Effort Stable Master is at, but I don't know how to directly get to the War Effort Stable Master from an existing Stable Master. But I think it's like selling them Thorin's Gate, or maybe Thorin's Hall instead of Thorin's Gate. For some reason my nose is getting itchy. I don't know why. Dublin stuff, yes, wouldn't it be more honest to call it a mini quest pack than a mini expansion? I'm not sure a mini quest pack. Maybe a quest pack, but we have to see with the missions mainly. I'm not too sure with the missions, so it depends if it's like a regular quest pack worth of regular quests and then just missions on top of it. So this is Talk to Durin, so that's the war efforts. Elven Archer, you said the yellow trait you just clicked wasted 2 trait points. The exact trait, which is 1 trait point in the red, does not stack with that one in the yellow line. That's actually interesting. Of course, I'm just going through this very quickly, but that is actually interesting that Warrior's Fortitude does not stack with Warrior's Fortitude. I just saw it increased physical mastery rating, and I was like, ooh, that sounds good. But that is good to know for future reference. I didn't really pay attention to everything that I was getting, but it looked like I got most of the stuff that I kind of remembered would be good to pick up. As far as I know, again, getting strong burst is the main thing. There's probably stuff in the blue line that would help survivability. Sting. Yeah, Sting providing a block and parry response is probably a good thing that Red Guardians use, if I had to guess. So let's talk to Glowin. This is the exact stuff I did not get, at least that I remember, on Luiden. Somehow I got like these war effort quests, so I'm wondering if that's what blocked my progress. I never got a breadcrumb quest to do all this. Mission the main gate. See this, unless I just started that. Actually, that is a, we'll go ahead and do that. Reinforcements. But I did not do the main gates on Luiden, so that's okay. Oh, here are the enemy spawning. See, it's been so long since I played any of my Guardians that I don't remember how to play them, actually. See all these reinforcements coming. Well, combat seems easy. I know I just built this character up. Oh, actually I have to talk to this dwarf. That might help. I don't know what happened that I just like loaded in and then mobs loaded in just fighting me. At least that's kind of what I remember. So dub and stuff, he said you're seeing textures from 3 areas you already bought years ago. The landscape does seem similar, but it's still a new area. Actually, Gundabad, I haven't seen any as far as that goes. Anything much similar to that. Where did he go? Do we have to fight all these random wargs? So yeah, I'm kind of guessing though this is the intro mission that somehow I missed on Louisden. Whatever stuff I was auto bestowed and got for talking to people, I just missed this one somehow. Even though I got all the other ones, I don't know if that's why my progress for the other quest to complete missions was like gone. I have no idea where this Dwarf NPC went. I shall just head up here then. I still don't see him. I have no idea why I have an axe on this character. Usually I don't like axes. I wonder if it was just what was available back when I got it. But it's a really weird thing because usually in LOTRO at least I don't find axes that I like that much. So Dub and Stuff, he said, thanks for streaming it all the same. Well, I'm glad you can at least enjoy that, even if it sounds like the mini expansion might not be too much for you. Guess that's one good thing about having the beta, as people can see because of this one, just because it is controversial being a mini expansion instead of a quest pack. I think I messed this up somehow because I have no idea where that dwarf went that I'm supposed to be following and really probably protecting. But yeah, it's good for people to see with the beta if they will actually spend the money on it or not. And that's still something concerning for me. I'm not entirely sure with what I've seen for missions so far from it that it would be worth being specifically called a mini expansion over a quest pack, but we don't have all of the release notes with the mini expansion and everything it has, and things can change with the beta, of course. Where is this dwarf at? See all these different Gundabad orcs. Oh, he actually defeated somebody. I don't know where. Because we were all fighting a warg here and then I just like totally lost him. Unless he went way down here. Here he is. Alright. I have been spotted. Defeated the orc patrol. I need to talk to him. Except I can't talk to him. I don't have permission to use that apparently. Elven Archer, you said lots of insight gained today. I'm glad because that's kind of a good thing I can do with streaming, playing for like an hour or two is just actually explore the content a little bit. It's my first time here. I feel like I'm running into a lot of different issues, but I'm glad it's been helpful. And thank you for stopping by the stream in the first place. I'm going to leave and reset this, and I'll try to follow the dwarf closer because I do want to do this intro just for myself to gain some more insight. Alright, let's... Oh, it actually says talk to him. I'm guessing it never resetted. I'd probably have to start like another mission and maybe even complete that for this to reset, but maybe this time it still says you do not have permission to do that. I don't know. I know I have a tendency to break things anyway, like Halls of Black Lore. That's an instance I apparently like breaking and making things not progress correctly, so this could be entirely my fault, but I don't think in a game, if it is breakable, that actually is the player's fault if they end up breaking it because of that. But I do have the daily quest for War Effort, so I am going to try a different one. Just a different one that sounds interesting by the name. Watchtower at the Goblin Gate. Well-fed in Wormsgraf. This is an interesting one because it's Wormgraf, that area that was on Louisden. There was the affix thing called Burning Shields. So this is Dragon's Kind and Sketha's larder. I don't know if that's supposed to be like lair. That's actually what I first read it as, Getha's lair. Lots of little drakes here. These are all fire ones, so in an area with a bunch of ice frosty drakes, they have fire ones in the mission. The mission seemed very easy. This stuff I actually didn't even pay attention, but it does scale to your level, which is how I thought it would work. Oh, they have a stable master where Thorin's Gate? Quartermaster? So this is Wormsgraf. I have no idea why that's there. It says Thorin's Gate and Quartermaster, the stable master. So that would make me think this is actually an era though in that area, but it's in Wormsgraf, which is in the new zone Elderslade. The XP seems, besides the 3 XP, completing the mission. Oh, I completed the mission? I honestly don't even know what the mission was. I honestly paid 0 attention. But completing the mission gave me 3 XP? I feel like that has to be something they will fix unless it's intended. I don't know where the mission's reward is. I would hope that if you're lower level you still get mission rewards. I mean, it seems like a big point of this update is that low levels can participate and get actually the new stuff, but I don't see the missions rewards on this character. I don't know if this specific mission, why it would have no mission rewards. There's some issues, a little bit of issues with the landscape there. Actually, I don't see how that could be a real, actual natural formation, but it does look like that rock is sticking up a little bit. But yeah, no chest to loot here. I can talk to the NPC. Okay, let's see if that... I still didn't get the complete missions. I didn't actually get anything from that. I did level up though, so that's exciting. But now I'll actually try missions, the main gate, and try to progress this correctly, except it seems like it still hasn't reset. I wonder if this just saves progress isn't like an actual regular... Actually, I'm in combat, so maybe not. This is what happened last time. Everything loaded in and I was like running or auto running. Just ran into a bunch of things. So I will actually follow him and pay close attention this time. This makes me miss playing my Guardians a little bit. I do have the one on Anor that I like, but I don't... This is the one from Arkenstone, but because he has that issue with not being quite built correctly, I don't play him as much, but I just really do find the red line Guardian gameplay fun. The yellow line's pretty fun too. The blue line I actually used to totally hate and dislike, but just with my general enjoyment of the Guardian, I've actually thought about it in more of a fun way. And getting big crits with hammer down, I don't know if my one on Anor can still one-shot mobs with that. Speaking of my Guardian on Anor, so she's in Bouldermore. Oh, I've been spotted again. Defeat the Orc Patrol. Done that. I still can't talk to him. I don't know if this is just a general bug, but because that keeps happening, I wonder if I can try to kill anything. I don't know why that would help. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this because I am clearly making no progress here. Maybe try later and even on a different character. But as far as a future outlook, I will try to do some videos, maybe some on the mission system, even though it's not really working now. It'd probably not be a good idea to do one on the mission system because of that. I'm actually not sure what I actually have like specific videos to do on because we don't have... if I actually look back at this, I can show you all it again, I think. Yeah. So this is what we have as far as the patch notes go. We have update 28 and Everything's going slow since I alt-tabbed, it looks like, and moved out of LOTRO, but this is what we have for the actual patch notes, maybe. We don't have anything as far as the War of the Three Peaks goes. We don't have any patch notes as far as the raid goes in the 6-man instance. We do have the class changes and some of the item adjustments. These are like regular adjustments in a patch. They actually don't cover anything of the new content as far as I remember in all of these patch notes somehow. Now the preview only is where you actually learn about the new content somehow. But yeah, that's what's going on with the patch notes. So it's as far as like trying to think about future content, I might have videos covering specifically the update. I'm not entirely sure. I would like to do one on the mission system. If it actually worked, if I can get it to work on a character, I'll probably try to do that. But like when I complete the missions, I'm not getting any progress for the daily to complete 3 missions. So that means I can't get any progress to complete the daily 4 times. And on a low level character, it seems like you don't get rewards, which means I'm not getting like my Gabalaka war marks, which all the rewards from it actually seem like they are supposed to be universal level wise, mainly cosmetics. But yeah, I'm not really too sure the full point of the missions. Of course you get the daily and you can get the motes of enchantment or whatever from that, but the missions seem underwhelming, at least for what they have in them so far. But anyway, that's kind of been the main thing I've been exploring this. I did explore the landscape, kind of trying to remember what all I did. Let's just go to a random area so I can zoom out. Vales of Anduin, Aaron Lasklin, Aaron Mithrin. We'll try to get there somehow. Elderslade, there you can actually click it. But yeah, we did some exploring, went to the Gates of Gundabad, explored that a little bit. But anyway, from what I did, of course I don't really like to test questing because I like to save that for the actual experience. And compared to update 24, there aren't too many like very brand new nice things for me to test out. Like I know with that one, just thinking back what I used to do a little bit, I did the videos on like the 64-bit client and the Virtue revamp. The main thing with this mini expansion is actually the mission system, so that's kind of what I've been focusing on a little bit. March of Gundabad, I don't remember what he has. I do actually want to remind myself. Okay, so he's the one with the pocket item that had an item level 436 one. I think somebody asked about that earlier, about the last fragment not being good anymore. But also the cosmetic, that's right. Anyway, tomorrow is Wednesday, so I will probably stream something. I'll probably take a break from this beta because I feel like I've explored most things here. But I will try to do a video on the missions, maybe tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, this weekend, sometime around then, and maybe even one on the zone, just exploring it a little bit. Otherwise, as far as this stream goes, I hope you all enjoyed it. I know it's very late for me, and I'm probably a little bit slow getting into with this just because I am so tired. It's 11 o'clock for me, which means it's like 12 a.m. server time, but that is very late for me. Anyway, I hope you all did enjoy this and enjoyed seeing and learned about the Update 28 content, the zone, the mission system, and all that. And if you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing for more. And thanks for watching and joining, everyone.